All right, grand evening, everyone. Shalonda or Shay Seeking, and yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and look at. Let's see. I wanted to move on to Isaiah 44. Um, and again, I don't know if I sound kind of funny. It's because I'm laying here with my. I don't normally be laying down when I'm doing videos, but I'm reading it off of one phone and sharing it on the other. So, anyways, again, so yeah, today's one of them days, and I feel like it's at a point where I'm going somewhere, but it's a very, it's clear to me, but it's very sketchy waters to go into. But again, I'm just do what I do. And again, in that case, you get many, I don't know. I just have a feeling of like, have you ever, well, I don't know. Excuse me. I think I'm in a weird situation, but have you ever like had people around you, again, just even in certain communities or on social media, and it seems like, at first, yeah, this is this, right? This person is like cool, whatever, it's all right. And then all of a sudden things, sometimes, again, and you never know what people are looking at or viewing when it comes to your platforms throughout the day or time or whatever, or who they have connections to and things like that. But I feel this sense, right? So I was just watching a video, and I can never tell what what I'm saying, what this person really trying to say. I can't tell if this, like, because it's very graphic and very very I don't know, dark, and a lot of like energy of like somebody out to get somebody, right? So again, you never know. But again, when it comes to this person's videos, every other video or every often when I run across it lately, it's just been very dark, right? And so again, I know that dark energy can come when people, again, especially if you minding your business, that dark energy can come when people want to, again, dim your light or harm you because they are guilty of something that you have been posting or sharing, and they're a part of that team or that crew. And so again, they're seeing it that way. So again, when I'm talking about this whole pirating thing, I have this sense of this energy around that is trying to make me feel threatened to a certain extent. So again, I don't know. It's just funny. It's not funny because, I really do feel heaviness. Like, I don't know, I'm empathic when it comes to certain things. So, I don't know. And then, like, especially when it's somebody that's from one place, but they're claiming that they're in one place and they're there to do harm to somebody. So again, just thought I'd mention it in the video here that we're doing tonight, because this is kind of like where we're leading to, and this is kind of like what I'm talking about here, about these energies that are trying to block the light or harvest or dim the light or keep it reserved, again, my light in this case, so that, again, whatever I'm saying must be rubbing them the wrong way. And you can always see who's involved in certain things because, again, those faces start to show. They pop up out of nowhere and they show. Like, yeah, randomly. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and read this here. So again, it says, and now hear, O Israel, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Okay. Thus saith the Lord that made and formed thee, thy helper from the womb. Fear not, O my servant, Jacob, and my most righteous, whom I have chosen. It says, for I will pour out water upon the thirsty ground. Okay. And streams upon the dry land. And I will pour out my spirit upon thy seed and my blessing upon thy stock. And they shall spring up among the herbs as willows beside the river, the running waters. Okay. One shall say, I am the Lord's. Excuse me. And another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. And another shall scribe. It says scribe, subscribe in some of the other versions. With his hand to the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. So again, I thought that was very interesting. Hold on, let me see something. Let's go back. I think I want to read it the other way. All right. Yeah. So again, spring up in the courses or water courses and streams. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I want to read a couple of different versions of this because in Bible Hub, because this really stood out to me. So it says, one will say, I am the Lord's. Okay, another will call himself by the name of Yaqub. Another will write his hand. Okay, the Lord's, and name himself by the name of Israel. So again, what this is making me think about is some type of energy that I've been sensing around as people basically what can we use? What word can we use? People that are forging information. Okay, and I think that that's why some of these people are upset, because they are a part of the pirating, right? And these things right here, there, this chain of events that's going on around. And again, I guess like we were talking a lot in Peter and stuff like that about, you know, don't say nothing, follow the rules, listen to the Lord, you know. And in my eyes, you know, like I said, when it comes to this particular energy, like I'm separated from it or blinded from it, and it's coming to view, like by again, my vision is just getting a little bit clearer. So my gifts are getting a little bit stronger, kind of like too strong where it's just getting out of hand. And so, but you know, like I said, I'm okay with just taking my time, right? And so again, this is making me think, like I said, about something like that, right? One shall say, I am Jehovah's, and another shall call himself the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand onto Jehovah, and surname himself by the name of Israel. So again, this is just making me think, like I said, that somebody is writing somebody else's name. It's just making me think that's what it is. That some of these people are in cahoots, and somebody's spitting somebody's name. I mean, writing somebody's name. And this one says Yahweh. So one will say, I am Yahweh's, and another will be called by the name of Jacob, and another will write in his hand to Yahweh the honor, and honor the name of Israel. Okay. Because when we're talking about honoring something, let's see. Talking about to glory or renown. Okay, fame earned, position, victory, distinction, dignity, office, reputation, purity, a woman's chastity, first attested in 14th century. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so again, action of honoring. Okay, mark of respect. Show respect to. Okay. Tangible symbols signifying approval or distinction, a state of being honored. Okay, a woman a woman's virtue or chastity. Okay. Quality of being honorable and having a good name. So anyways. All right. So, all right. So again, that's just what I feel, right? So thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel. So again, somebody is the Lord in all caps, which is the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts. Okay. Right? Okay. And it's saying, I am the first and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. Okay. So again, you know, I definitely see two. I see, okay. I don't know why, but just definitely, I just see two males here that this may be supposed to represent. Again, that would be prominent and they would be esteemed or, you know, exalted in this time right now. And who as I shall call and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people. Okay. And the things that are coming and shall come, let them shew unto them. Okay. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. So again, it says, and who can proclaim as I do? Then let him declare it and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people, and the things that are coming and shall come, let them show these to them. Okay. All right. So it says, who is like me? Let him say so. Let him declare his case before me. Since I established an ancient people, let him foretell the things to come and what is to take place. So again, you know, the fact that we're talking about somebody, it seems like somebody said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and somebody's going to use somebody's hand, right, and surname. Do you see what I'm saying? This makes me think that something is going on, and then somebody is saying, hey, what do you mean? Who can proclaim as I do? Like who do this work like I do, is what I feel like this person is saying. Okay. Let them show me. Let them tell me. Right? Because it's almost like I can't see it. And then in my situation, I'm starting to see it. Right? I'm starting to see it. And I don't think that it is something that it's a part in the Bible where it says, if these people have are spreading out Christ, right? Because I used to be, and I still do say Christ consciousness sometimes. But they're saying, then what then substance does Christ, or that energy, that main energy where it came from, hold if we're taking Christ and breaking them up or her up into many different pieces? So I feel like that's what's going on. Like, I've been doing this work for a long time. Again, it seemed like at one point nobody wanted to hear it. Now all of a sudden, like I told y'all, my numbers are down, but it seems like it's so many people out there that's proclaiming these things that I'm proclaiming that are not just things that people can, like, they can't do it like I'm doing it. Do you see what I'm saying? And I know this, right? Because again, some of these people, I know their work, and it's different. I've always gone against the grain and done things my way, right? Regardless of what people think. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's everybody out there. Again, and it's not even like I'm saying I'm upset. The point is that when you're talking about drowning out somebody's presence, right? And putting it in the hands of other people, that's idolatry in a sense. Okay, so even though I'm not saying that we're worshiping me or worshiping anything that I do, right? If you go against the word, if you're going against source being, okay, if you're going against source being in a certain temple, right? And that temple is speaking truth to you, then you're going against what would be called God. I mean, and that's just, again, if you're going towards his children or after his children or their children, that's just what it is. And people that are doing these kind of behaviors, they're not going to be able to get away with it forever. Sometimes people can see it coming. And sometimes not even people can see it coming, but again, other energies can see it coming. And again, everything will be brought to light. Okay. So again, that's the kind of, and again, the energy, like I said, is coming from people that have already been building certain, you know, groups, or like even how they, in the text is saying how people were going to go against, you know, like in a sense, like against their kin and start to link up with other, you know, groups and stuff like that. So again, it's going back to even that chapter when we're talking about everybody's going to get together and share this bag. So if I'm the one that's coming, right, to try to show something that is alternative what they've been saying, or again, and my whole thing is, hey, if I hadn't have been like, okay, thinking about it as like the whole energy of the cornerstone, or a stone in general that was removed and blinded or bound, right, with some kind of witchcraft or some kind of whatever. Okay, if that's the case, why do that to somebody? Because again, now I think the ancestors, angels, and guides are here to expand some of our gifts. And then again, this is having it so I have to use, there's nothing I can trust really but what's inside of me to navigate and see who's for me, who's against me, who's coming at me, who's, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, dude, there must be something big that someone's hiding on a large scale as to why, you know what I'm saying, people are afraid to show their love, but they'll take the information. And then people are also, you know, so quick to try to hide things from the public or my presence in a sense. But you talking to me and you in my face like you care, but then again, you really don't. So like, and so again, what does one do in that situation, right? When it's not all like peaches and cream and soft and cuddly, and you have a family that you have to protect, and you know that on many different levels in this realm that people, stop doing that, please. Stop doing that. So many people on this realm, right, want you out. Right? And you know that certain institutions and things are paying attention. But again, what does that mean? Are some of those people, again, at a point where they're done as well? Right? Are they in cahoots? Right? Okay. So again, you know, that whole chapter, like I said, in Peter, when it just said, don't be jealous and don't do this or put away those ways or whatever. But again, in my eyes, yeah, we can put a lot of things away. We can put a lot of things away, but at the end of the day, when it comes to threats, it really didn't say any kind of threats or anything. So again, I feel like that's what is heavy in the air right now, a presence of that. Okay, so it says, who hath formed a god with a little g, or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing. Okay. So again, I mean, I would guess that like even now, like sometimes I look out and I feel like this whole sense of something is just like, you know, like like this new something, like a sense of servitude, like it's formed. And I'm not saying this, and I'm just sharing this how I'm looking at this in the outlook. Everybody have to do what they have to do. I'm not knocking nobody for whatever they doing or how much of money they making. I'm just someone that looks at the whole, like structure of things and how it's put together and how things could be going wrong when, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how I'm looking at it, where, you know, all types of servitude is not bad, right? So again, people got to live, but I feel like, you know, that we're not seeing these imaginary borders being put up, okay? Kind of like the Hunger Games in a sense. So we're not really privy of this imaginary kind of thing that's coming up. And it may be for the better, right? But then again, when you think about it, what else could it be for? The worst, right? And so again, this whole sense of if you're not making some money to pay some type of dues or something, then you do not deserve to be on this plane. So like, in a sense, that's what I feel like, you know, sometimes, you know, that's just the type of energy, you know. But I look at myself like, and I was thinking the other day, like, dang, you know, you just be in this stuff like too much, but like, it's a service that I feel like I'm doing. And again, although many people may not want to see it that way, but I think about like oracles and stuff. And when you see oracles in movies and stuff like that, usually these oracles they keep to themselves. They don't really bother nobody, you know, and they like their environment, right? That, like, even on American Gods, when Bilquis went to go see the older lady, she was in the kitchen just talking some stuff that she was trying to get, like, in parables and stuff like that, and she was trying to understand, you know. And she was talking about, like, I think it was when she was talking about the 2 eggs or whatever, that he had a hen, her grandfather had a hen that was laying like 2 or 3 eggs every day, or I don't know, but it made me think about babies or something for some reason when she was saying that. But anyways, okay, we ain't going that deep. And then on the Matrix, you know what I'm saying, the lady was in the kitchen cooking up something. So it's kind of like that kneading dough. You know, it's kind of like that, you know, soft applying what you need, adding, you know, like grandma's cooking. And I think that's kind of like what we do here with the biblical text. But you'll notice that they really chill. And so I don't know. I look at it as like a oracle energy that I'm in sometimes. Like, it's just like, although I've freed up some of my time by a lot of, you know, some of the children leaving, right? It just still feels like now this is my child. Okay? And so, you know. But anyways, hath formed a god or a molten graven image that is profitable for nothing. Who would form a god or mold an image that is profitable of nothing? Okay, so again, let's keep going. Behind all his fellows shall be ashamed. And the workmen, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up. Yet they shall fear and they shall be ashamed together. Okay. So again, you know, just even thinking of this here, you know, like to get, you know, because you imagine some somewhat powerful or somewhat men that think that, again, my type of work is degrading or is going in a feminist movement or something like that, and is absolutely not. You know, I honor the divine masculine and feminine, and however we're going to look at it like this. But at the same time, I think that that's not the same respect that I feel like, again, in my part, in my zone, that I get. And so I have to do things my way. And again, so even like I said, when it seems like when it comes to kingship or queenship or whatnot, or divine masculine and feminine, a lot of times I feel like, for some reason, it's been very confusing to me, because I know that I'm a so-called female, but again, the way that I deal is somewhat more, you know, masculine, but not even in a masculine, like, it's like a strategic warrior mode, right? In a righteous path, where I feel like the energies that are against me are like hothead, you know, even if they're a divine feminine in a masculine energy, or materialistic or something like this, again, but it's wanting of something of this world, the worldly treasures and gifts or way. And so again, for me, it's all spiritual. So again, it's just, and I know we need both or all, right? But again, let me do me like you do you. And so that's just, you see what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. Okay. So again, to be like cast out or like on this island platform by yourself, and knowing that you harnessed you the one that harnessed a lot of this damn power. You're the one that people are peering in on and spying on and tapping into their energy and taking things from the whole time. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a difference when it's done out of, love or respect or a form of unity, but you can't just trap somebody or something that is a beautiful wonder, right? And then just pick from it and let other people, and even if it was just a sense of like somebody, that was in a priestly hood or a kingship or queen, what I'm saying, queendom or something like that. So you're not even going to let it be that it's hierarchy when it comes to royal high priest or not a high priest, but heirs, okay? Just because of whatever, that you would let other people that may not even be of that status come in and defile or tamper with or whatever. It's like, ain't no rules to the game. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, but I guess, we could be dealing with ruthless individuals, at the end of the day. That's greed. Greed, that shit, you know what I'm saying? It will drive you crazy if you let it. Right? Turn you against your own family and friends and things. So, okay. So again, I just find it funny how it's saying, behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, right? And the workmen, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up. Yet they shall fear and they shall be ashamed together. Okay. So again, I feel like this definitely, surely his companions would be ashamed. Again, so it's a sense of loyalty, but in my eyes, all people had to do was show a sense of loyalty to me. You know what I'm saying? From jump. And when I had to go do my own research and fall into this, you know what I'm saying? I've already had to be hurt, healed, and then now it's time to reveal, right? So again, it's just, like I said, me against the world, and all eyes are on me. And sometimes shit, I think, do I got to perform a Machiavelli? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know that was just corny, but you know what I'm saying? I could not say it once I was thinking it and saying it. Okay. So anyways, so yeah. So again, being ashamed together is what this is going to be. And then once these people are ashamed together, then I feel like they will be wanting to be, like it says, confounded even together. Then I would imagine that they would be livid and they would be wanting to come after whoever is causing this commotion, because everything was going so good at one point in time. Okay. But then there is that one, that holy one that is going to be raised, right? And because of what these people did, that's going to be the one that is end up running the kingdom. Please stop spraying that stuff. That stuff is not good for you. Okay, but don't spray that much. Okay. Behold, all the partakers therefore shall be confounded, for the makers are men. They shall all assemble together. They shall stand in fear and shall be confounded together. So again, somebody's upset about this information that I've been bringing out for the past couple of days. And although they're trying to seem like it's chill and it's cool, I feel the movement in the background. So that's just all. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, so it says, the smith with the tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh it in strength in his arms. Yea, he is hungry, and he is strengthened. And his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. Okay. So again, yeah, this blacksmith or smith makes an axe. Okay. I'm just reading. I'm just reading a couple of different versions to see if anything else sticks out. Okay. So almost it even sounds like somebody who has made some type of weapon or something. Okay. And then the carpenter stretches out his rule. Okay. So again, this carpenter or master builder in a sense, right? He maketh it out with a line. He filleth it with planes, and he marketh it out with the compass, and marketh it after the figure of a man. Okay. According to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house. So again, this is strange to me. Okay, let's just slow down real quick. All right. So again, stretch out the rule, but I want to talk about this. Maketh out the compass. This makes me. I don't know why I'm seeing GPS again, because we're doing like this is not your mama's Bible study, but it's kind of like I said, what I do here is reading the Torah in the Bible like a tarot reader would, because it's actually called scrying, right? Or I call it seeing. Okay. So it's again through the spirit, right? And through the connection with the Most High Self and Source, being able to interpret these things. Because, again, there's mass deception, I feel, right? So, again, when it's saying a compass, I don't know why this makes me think about GPS in this day. Like somebody is using some kind of GPS, okay? And it says, and maketh it the figure of a man. So, again, they're making something, you know, also, right? Just the fact that it's saying it's making something as a man. Now, this can be like how somebody is being formed, like right here on the screen. People use this as like a symbolic nature of it. Some have like a baby in a hand, you know. But again, I don't know why I feel like when we're talking about this, I don't know why voodoo doll or something came up in my mind. And because it also says, according to the beauty of a man. So again, like the beauty or the features probably. That it may remain in the house. So again, you know, I don't know. So again, it's all, I mean, it's almost even like artificial or a clone even, you know what I'm saying? I feel, yeah, or some kind of fake, just something like a replica of something. That it may remain in the house. You know, I would just think that he marked one out with chalk. He fashioned it with a plane. Okay, he marks it out with the compass, and he makes it like the figure of a man, according to the beauty of the man, and it may remain in the house. So again, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This, I mean, it just sound kind of creepy a little bit to me. He marketh it out with a pencil. He shapeth it with the planes, and he marketh it out with a compass, and shapeth it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Okay, so this make me think of even, yeah, like a replacement, like a replica. Oh, hold on. Like, oh, like even in a sense where, like, have you ever been around somebody, right? Your whole life, but all of a sudden, through certain circumstances that even they're, you know, they change and become like a little bit, they do something that's out of the character. Y'all. Hold on. And you just wondering like, what happened? Where did you go? Hold on. So I don't know, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me try to. My phone just died with the words on it. I'm gonna have to grab a Bible. Okay, so yeah, the phone died, and so I had to go grab a Bible. And so it says, let's just start here, I guess. Haven't I proclaimed from ages past that I would save you? Okay. You are my witness. Is there any other God? No, none that I know about. There is no other rock. So again, this is somebody that, again, is saying, yeah, that is trying to tell one of these people that, or some of them, that you are my witness. Yeah, it says you are my witnesses. Is there any other God? No, none that I know of. There is no rock, no other rock. Okay. And it says, what fools they are who manufacture idols for their God. Their hopes remain unanswered. They themselves are witnesses that this is so. For their idols neither see nor know. Okay. So again, I'm thinking of like seers, again, that can tell the past, present, and future. Or just, the future or whatever. They can see things. And again, we're talking about like Gnostics or knowing, in a sense. That's what I feel like we're talking about. It says, no wonder those who worship them are so ashamed. Okay. And I'm just saying, like, I feel like there's an aspect of the spiritual, and then there's an aspect of the worldly. There's some that are still wrapped up in this worldly way, and that's no problem. You know what I'm saying? People are going to do what they're going to do. I'm talking about the people that are actually taking advantage of people and trying to harm people and do these type of oppressive measures to people, when, especially, it's a shame when it comes to your own people, because your own, well, what supposedly was your own people. A lot of people don't like to mention that. A lot of people like to sit on the fact that, oh, it's the white man or this or that. We don't like to take accountability. And I've been saying from the beginning of my research that it's never really been about the color, right? It's the caricature, right? Or the works. But again, that doesn't mean that this did not happen. That doesn't mean that it's not unbalanced. But again, we've come to bring order in the court. Again, nobody has to, I don't know what source plan on doing, but I'm just saying, it's not up to me. Okay, put it like that. I don't deal with that victim mentality. And maybe, and again, maybe that comes from doing a lot of self-healing and work, and a lot of having to do it by yourself. And things like that. So anyways, so in a sense, but then someone that actually may be doing other things when it comes to building of things. Okay. While, those that are spiritual or intuitive are building up their gifts. They're working on these things like this, and others are working on building physically. And there's nothing ever wrong with that. But we need to be able to identify where all of that energy can come from, or you can end up in a messed up situation again. And that's just it. That's how I just look at it. Because you're looking over here for the enemy to look like that, and they may be standing right next to you looking like you. And that's all I'm saying. And then you put all your information, your trust into these people, and they have information about you. You could be, they have too much information, like you the only one left in your family, then you could end up missing next week. Because there's a lot of deaths that's going on that, not saying that they're not being reported, but they are not, the amount of deaths should be publicized at this point in time, especially when it comes to mass shootings and things like that. But nobody really is talking about that. Okay. And then it says, no wonder why those that worship them are so ashamed. It's like, why you mad? You know what I'm saying? Why people mad? If ain't that many people, if it's only 4 people watching my videos, you know what I'm saying? And then why everybody, how so many damn people mad? Because I don't have to, I can sense the energy. It's you know what I'm saying? I can sense, it's almost like spewing out. It's like, what you so mad? Just leave me alone then. Stay out of here. So again, and again, okay, so that this is so for their idols neither shall see nor know. And again, that's what I'm saying. And that's why a lot of them come to other people's platforms, right? For certain information, because they want to make it seem as though these people have this, and they don't have this. Just like I don't have what they, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own thing. Stick to your thing. Stay in your lane. The information will always come out of my mouth fluently. I don't prepare. I'm not here to make anything all perfect for you guys. It's the information. It's how I can interpret it. This is the way it is. You don't like it, then hey. I don't have time for fancyifying things. Okay, so again, who but a fool would, okay, would make his own God an idol that can help him not one whit. An idol that can help him not one whit. All that worship these will stand before the Lord in shame, along with all these carpenters. Okay, so I guess all these builders, mere men, okay? They're just plain old men who claim that they have made a God with a little g. Now, again, this could be an energy of trying to downplay someone that have been, shaped or molded, right? Could be. Together they will stand in terror. The metalsmith stands at his forge to make an axe, pounding on it with all his might. He grows hungry and thirsty. So again, this makes me think about what we were, something we were reading the other day when they said that these people were thirsty for blood and they won't stop. And I think it said something about somebody had taken an oath to do something, and I think it was to kill somebody. And I don't know why that just came back up to in my mind. I mean, but there's a reason why these images and these things and these visions come up, and more now than ever. Okay. Okay, weak and faint, wood cover takes an act. Okay, so he measured and marked it out. We already read that part. The block carves the figure of a man. Okay. The wood and carves the figure of a man. So again, this is like a wooden doll or something. Excuse me. Now he has a wonderful idol that can so much as move from where it is placed. And see, and this is what I'm saying, to fashion it. And then the fact that we're talking about a block of wood, this also does make me think about like a person, like an indigenous person, because again, they used to use wood, as a talking about lumber and wood when we were actually talking about stock or people. Okay. Okay. And then even this part right here, that it won't move from where it's placed. So again, to the fact that it was fashioned and sketched out, marking it out with a line, he fitted this with plank. So again, I don't know. This makes me think about some kind of witchcraft. Even when it said a chalk line or something like that. I don't know. It just makes me think. I mean, and then even those little fake, what dolls came to mind too. I don't know why. I'm just saying, y'all. Okay. Okay. Or even like I'm saying, like again, something, He cuts down cedars. He selects, let's see, I'm almost done. He selects the cypress and the oak. Okay. So again, he cuts down cedars. So, I mean, I guess it would be pretty important to, I'm going to do it when I get off of here. because my phone is dead right now. But he cuts down cedars. He selects the cypress and the oak. So again, he's going to cut down the cedar tree, which could represent a certain group, but he's going to keep the cypress and the oak, which would represent two other kind of trees. And again, all in all, I feel like they're talking about family trees. Okay. He plants the ash, okay, and then the ash tree, okay, in the forest to be nourished by the rain. Okay. So again, to be nourished by the rain. And this is rain, RAIN, but again, could it be the other way around, REIGN? And after his care, he uses part of the wood to make a fire to warm himself and bake his bread. And then he takes the rest of it and makes himself a god for men to worship, an idol to fall down before and praise. Part of the tree he burns to roast his meat and to keep him warm and fed, well content. Okay, so again, I don't know. Part of he burns. You know, it's almost making me think like cauterized. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Let's take this slow. Let's take this slow. And after his care, so after he cared or tapered or tampered with this tree, and after his care, he uses part of the wood to make a fire to warm himself and bake his bread. Anyways, this makes me feel like, you know, like warming someone, you know, like a warm and cozy feeling, like, you know what I'm saying? And then bake his bread. Well, we already did things on bread, loaves and stuff like that. And so again, we're not going to get too graphic here. And then he really does. He takes the rest of it and makes himself a god. Okay. He takes the rest of it and makes himself a god. You know, I can't stand when like the message come out in a different direction to where I'm going, but I have to say it anyways. So again, it's almost like taking, because I was reading something about children being taken when we were just in, what were we in? Was it Isaiah we were in the other day? No, I can't remember what we were in. When the video when we talked about Balak and Balaam. Okay. And then I was reading something that was saying about like how people would take and get rid of or kill the parents, and then they would you know, keep the children or begat the children. And if they begot the children that are royals, then they become royals. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense like that. I don't know. That's just standing out to me right there. He takes the rest of it and makes, because again, if we're talking about these trees or this tree, are we talking about a family tree? You know? A God for men to worship. Okay. Yeah. An idol to fall down before and praise. Okay. So again, this person, you know, makes themselves someone that fall down, for people to fall down and praise, right? Part of the tree he burns to roast his meat and to keep him warm and fed and well content. Okay. So again, and with that, and what was left behind, he makes his God a carved idol. He falls down before it and worships it and prays to it. Deliver me, he says, you are my God, with the little g. Okay. And again, so again, all of this is just saying, like, after this care, it's describing these different things, and it just makes me think, right, that somebody is trying to alter something, you know. And it's almost like that whole thing, like Yeah. I don't know. I was just thinking about the whole Satan thing. Fall down and worship me. I'll give you all of this. So it's almost like, how did he have all of that to even give, you know? So again, it must be somebody that has an abundant something to give. You know, I just keep thinking that. Okay. So it says, such stupidity and ignorance. God has shut their eyes so that they cannot see, and closed their minds from understanding. The men never stops to think or figure out why. It's just a block of wood. Wow. Wow. I've burned it for heat and used it to bake my bread and roast my meat. Okay. And again, I don't know. This is just making me think of a alteration. Something has been altered. I mean, and it's even like a kind of like in a feminine aspect, like to cut a tree down and turn it into your housemaid or your, property, right? You see what I'm saying? And it's almost like sometimes in a sense I feel like there could be an energy on this plane that would like to do that to a lot of us, and including me. But I think that source has done something where it's just like, and some of these people can't believe it. They like, what the heck? Would this person go away? And to the point where if you don't go away, they may be to a point where they want to make you go away. Or at least they want to give you the perception that that's what you should be worried about. So that then you can be worried or you can fear something, and then it can throw you off you see what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I analyze things like this. But in this day and age, like I told y'all, that's the whole concern about love or all this that is that feels like it's just, there's no sense of any kind of, people are not people anymore. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, it's just to the point where it's just like, I wonder if people's hearts are still beating sometimes. I'm saying it in a funny but not way. Okay. All right. So again, to roast my meat or whatever. Okay, you could take that how you want to, because there's all kind of stuff like this in this text. Okay. How can the rest of it be a god? Should I fall down before a chunk of wood? The poor deluded fool feeds on ashes. He is trusting what can never give him any help at all, yet he cannot bring himself to ask. Is this idol that I am holding in my hand a lie? Okay. Alright, so is this thing that I'm holding in my hand a lie? I don't know what this is talking about. I don't know if it's a scepter. I don't know. Pay attention, Israel, for you are my servant. I made you, and I will not forget to help you. Okay? I've blotted out your sins. You are gone like morning mist at noon. Okay? Or they are gone. Oh, return to me, for I have paid the price to set you free. Okay? Sing, O heavens, for the Lord has done this wondrous thing. Shout, O earth, break forth into song, O mountains and forests. Yes, in every tree, for the Lord redeemed Jacob and is glorified in Israel. The Lord your Redeemer, who made you, says, all things were made by me. I alone stretched out the heavens, but by myself I have made the earth and everything on it. Again, I think America, when I see this, the old world, right? I am the one who shows what liars, wait, I am the one who shows what liars all false prophets. Yeah, it's spelled wrong here. Well, that's how it's spelled. What liars all false prophets, okay, are. Okay? By causing something else to happen than the thing they say. I make wise men opposite advice to why they should and make them into fools. But what my prophet says, I do. When they say Jerusalem will be delivered and the cities of Judah lived in once again. But I find this funny here. Okay? I mean, this feels like it could be male or female, or both. But, it just, again, I feel like a lot of us, like the people that are, that have caused commotion by some of our outtake on certain things, but like, it's just that energy again, that raging bull energy, I feel like that I had at one point in time. And again, I'm trying to let that go and look at the world in a different light, but there's just another light that's brighter than me that's telling me, like, people, so what that they don't believe this or whatever, have they been able to do anything to you now? Does it matter if people are listening or not? I don't know. It's just kind of like something that just say it, And again, people don't like the fact. Excuse me. That was a yawn. People don't like the fact that I speak against, certain institutions. And that's, I feel like that causes a problem as well. And it's not even the institution itself. It's just the way it's operated, the way it's ran. I mean, it's just a many things about it, but you see what I'm saying? Seeing it for what it is. Okay. All right. So again, yeah, false prophets are. And like, people don't like, I think, that when people point things out, like I said, even when it comes to when I started to look at certain other communities and everything, yes, there's some that's legit, but a lot of it is just not, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I think a lot of people think then they can tap into my personal life and try to prove that there's something wrong with me. But really, it's just what I'm doing in my private home, which is nobody's damn business. But they've made it their business. And again, so these people going to have to pay for the things that they've done. And then try to make somebody think that it's the work of God. Well, which one? Okay? So again, by causing something else to happen than the things they say. So again, it's almost like a sense of just like even speaking on terms of certain things that we speak on this channel that are not popular anymore. But again, once a lot of people were speaking about it, but now it's kind of eerie to even talk about these things because it's like, what happened to everybody? Are they all turned already? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like one day I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be all these zombie like people standing out in front of my house or whatever. But again, causing something else to happen because like us paying attention to certain things that are happening in the heavens on this realm, like in governing forces or in this construct. Just speaking on certain things, sometimes it seems as though something is being altered or there's some kind of commotion or something. And like, I know that things are like spoken of in code and stuff like that, but it's like I said, this is why it's that discernment, that eyes to see and stuff like that is something. And it's a harsh thing to live with, being someone that can see through everything. It's just like, if it's in your lane, right? But while you're paying attention to stand on this straight and narrow, again, there you always do have to, yes, turn around and look because there's other things going on. And if you get too much tunnel vision, right, then you're going to be not able to protect yourself from those things that are encroaching on to you. Okay. And then I make wise men give opposite advice to what they should and make them into fools. Okay. So I don't know what this is talking about, right? But in a sense, I feel like you know, when it comes to certain work that some of us are doing that is maybe alternative to what they're saying. You know, I could think that our opposite opinion or alternative view, right, make some of these people look kind of silly, you know, that have dedicated a lot of time in putting forth certain work, and something new is happening with us here. And so again, I think that that bothers some people as well. And then those people come off as like stank, you know what I'm saying? Stank attitudes, or, you know, some of the comments that they say, you could tell, you know, it just is. And that's just how I see it, you know, just because it's hard to see. It's hard to be a seer. It really is, you know? And I think it would be easier if I was just seeing and there was only really 4 people looking at one of my videos or whatever. Like, it's not even about the views. It's just, it's a whole thing of this, like, that has been going on. The surveilling. What makes me mad is people that know that this is going on, or that they're telepathically connected to me, right? They act like, oh, you know, and they get offensive and say things, you know, when no, like, it's just the whole point of that part. That invasive part is not even really about the view. It's the whole point in somebody thinking that they can do something like that to somebody. You know, that's what it is. Obviously, the message is getting out, but then how do I know people aren't scrambling what I'm saying? How do I know people aren't taking parts out to make it be out of context? You know, so again, that's, in all fairness, this is more of the problem than just, oh, I'm not getting any views. No, because I was getting views at one point in time. You see what I'm saying? And at the same time, when I feel like there was a redirection of energy from everybody around me, like as if I was a magnet and they were the other half, and we, you know what I'm saying? It kind of felt like I was going around in circle with this magnet, and it was keeping everything and everybody away. But it's not me. It's some kind of, it was something that I feel like has been done purposely by design, you know? And I think that, you know, some people can study you and see how you operate. And I think that somebody knows that I operate when, if you make me feel like I'll be passive. But if you come step to me like you trying to cause me some harm or something, then I'm gonna have to give it to you. So I think that that's how I think people, you know, these people study us. Is all, okay? So, yeah. So anyways, this whole thing, right? Okay. I make wise men give advice. Okay, yeah, okay. But what my prophecy says, I do when they say Jerusalem will be delivered, and this, okay, okay. Okay, be done when I speak to the rivers and say, be dry. They shall be dry. When I say to Cyrus, he is my shepherd, he will certainly do as I say. And Jerusalem will be rebuilt and the temple restored, for I have spoken it. Okay? So again, you know, kind of like this part right here, you know, it's almost like there's a God saying, hey, you know, I did these things or whatever, or I see that they have been altered, but little do you know, I'm going to rebuild it back, right? This was written many years before Cyrus began his meteoric rise to power. Okay. A meteoric. Wow. Okay. So yeah, he is my shepherd. So again, and like I said, when it comes to male energy, like I'm not even trying to like speak on that as if male energy is not needed. For me, you know, I know that it is, and okay, and for me also, I know that again at one point in time, whatever masculine energy, okay, like I said, I felt like it's been two. Whatever energy was actually at one point in time, I felt like it was good, what you would call good, you know? Like, when I'm saying that, it's like a nourishing of spirituality back and forth. Like, you know, through energy or direct something. Like, it was just like a nourishing, chill, whatever. Then things got chaotic, right? And then, like I said, it felt like it went dead. And then, again, I think another energy came in, and it was around the time when I was looking at, you know, when God said that since this person didn't do something, he was going to send his other son or whatever. And so again, it just made me feel like that's what we were dealing with, or like an angel or something like that. And that so the energy that was giving off was giving me a life to a certain extent. But again, I think that other people or something else got involved. Other excuse me, foreign energy or corporations and things like that, I think got involved. Okay. And started to put their, you know, 2 cents in, or maybe something happened where someone needed to, I mean, I'm just saying, I think this stuff gets deep. Makes me think that we'll just say something like stock market, right? And I'll just say like virtual. Okay. So I think that still there's money to be made. And since, you know, we can pretend like, okay, jobs or whatever and all this stuff, but, you know, I mean, there are a lot of people hiring, but at the same time, there's a lot of industries and stuff like that that used to be, you know, pretty prominent that aren't anymore. So again, in certain, you know, and some people are used to a certain lifestyle. So again, it's that's when it just like, you don't just have to worry about the people like in top positions that will have power to, you know, be able to do certain things that, you know, it's not just people just in your neighborhood that you live in, and it just happen to be that type of neighborhood. No. You know, like a pirate don't stay in one place. They travel. So again, that's just, I'm getting a sense of feeling of that. So, and again, the thing is, a lot of times right now in these times, you're not even going to know your enemy. You don't even know if somebody is exposing you to hundreds and thousands of people behind the closed doors. And again, then, you know, like for me, it feels like if that was some kind of thing, you know, that's not really safe, right? That could put somebody in harm's way to not know that. Let's just say it was like, you know, what's that, the thing? Not Ed TV, but, oh my goodness, y'all know the one, Jim Carrey was in it. I don't even know why it's slipping my mind. But he was in that fake world or whatever. And you know, everybody was just pretending around him all the time. Even the people that was closest to him had me fooled in the movie. You know, until I realized, you know, that this was like some whole kind of Matrix kind of thing or whatever. And you know, it's just like I said, you just got to be careful. So yeah. Yeah. So like in the beginning, that when it says that he was the one in the beginning that stretched out the heavens or whatever, you know, and like I said, I feel like even we're dealing with that Ashura energy, which would be like the Holy Spirit to a certain extent, right? Because I think that these are the empires again that the first black waters, like in that one video we did. And so, like I said, whoever she would have gotten with would have been God from the beginning. But it's just their beginning. Where it's funny that we were in Peter and we were talking about that feminine energy. and how, you know, she would have been here already in the Americas, okay? Ashereth, okay? And about how some of the books in the Bible talk about cutting her down with the axe and everything like that, and cutting down her temple and everything. And I think that that has to do with cutting down something in her mind, blinding her and binding her, okay? Like a form of a handicap. But then it's almost like, you know, at some point, like in this book, Isaiah, in other books, it seems like there's a restoration of that temple where somebody's going to heal that temple, okay? And then again, in a sense, it makes me think of, like, even when it comes to the divine masculine feminine, as if, yes, maybe even that person knew about the destroying of, but, you know, it feels like it's just like that savior type of energy then, as if, so like, okay, now I see things a little bit more clearly. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. And I don't know, I just get that energy from that. I mean, then once they go into Isaiah 45, it's kind of saying something to that point where, yeah, that God is going to empower somebody, right? So again, I don't know. So again, like I said, it's been a very, at one time it was just the most amazing, you know, companionship ever, you know, communing with some of these energies. And I'm saying energies because it's very hard to explain what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's something very new, and I don't want to talk about it because it's much, because again, I feel like it's sacred, right? And then at the same time, you have people waiting to be able to call people mentally ill. And so again, in that way, in that light, especially people that hear what I have to say about everything, I bet they look and say, oh, she got something to say negative about everything. But it's not even negative. It's just saying it for what it is, and try to bring things back to basics, and to reconsider some of the things that we've been indulging in doing, and wondering if that's actually really been working for us or not, you know. So that's it. But I think people just, again, once they hear something that has something that's personal to them, it hurts, you know. And then you get people talking, and then, you know, it can turn really bad real quick, you know. Or they want to make it seem as though you're targeting someone because of the things you're saying. No, I'm just having a general, you know, just like everybody else has their general opinion or their way of seeing things. That's all. So, anyways, that was a long talk. I'm gonna, go to bed now. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and join this Facebook group, American Aborigines Unchained, if you like. And I'll see you guys later.